Hello. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're having an amazing day. You are a star. Don't let anybody dim your light. Today, I'm going to teach you how to improve your weight loss and fat loss goals, okay? As an experienced trainer, okay, I've been training clients for over 3 years now and gone through a number of body composition competitions, okay? Fitness comps, physique comps, bodybuilding comps. I'm gonna give you the rundown of what helps me, keeps the belly fat off, okay? Help me stay lean, okay? Stay mean, no, not mean. And essentially help you, improve your weight loss goals, okay? Through three main components. Very easy, we'll go straight into it. The first part is training, guys. We're just about to hit the gym now. With consent, just kidding. That's another topic. No, it's not. We're about to visit the gym now. The first thing is that you want to have a training routine, okay? A training routine that works around your lifestyle, okay? Resistance training is super helpful for you to improve your body composition, your weight loss goals, okay? Because the more muscle you have, the easier and faster it is to metabolize food, energy, fats, things like that, okay? So when you're not burning energy, your body is going to store the excessive energy as fat. We'll get into that into the nutrition after the weights, okay? So training at least 3 to 6 times per week, okay? If you can walk every day, that's brilliant. Do something that you thoroughly enjoy, okay? So whether it be biking, cycling, which is the same shit, biking, okay, skating, it could be sports, it could be Muay Thai, boxing, something that you love and can progress at, okay? So for me, it's weightlifting, it's resistance training, bodybuilding, calisthenics, okay? I love it because I know there's always room for improvement. When it comes to resistance training, you want to train 3 to 6, like I said, 3 to 6 times per week, and you want to get in at least 3, if it's 3 times, you want to get at least 3 full body sessions. 6 sessions, you want to split at least 2 leg sessions in those, or at least 2 leg sessions, 2 pull sessions, and 2 push sessions. There's so many ways to do it. I can get into a lot more detail. If you want to know more about that, just let us know, leave a comment. But essentially 3 to 6 times per week has been shown, studies have shown to prove that it is the most effective way to increase your muscle mass and lose body fat. Okay, so now we're going to get into a push workout. I'll show you some exercises that I do incorporate into my push routine, okay? So we're gonna focus a little bit more on the shoulders and then a little bit on the chest, okay? With some triceps as well to complement the physique. And yeah, let's get right into it. So push workout, let's get it. All right, you guys, that was the workout. So pretty basic stuff. I keep it simple, okay? Compound movements, a lot of compound movements. I superset a lot, okay? I superset a lot, and I try to keep the rest minimal between sets to keep the heart rate up and keep metabolizing the body as I'm working out. So that's the workout. Now we're gonna get into the mindset, okay, of the best ways to help with the weight loss. Let's go. All right, so when it comes to mindset, let's talk about this while we drive. When it comes to mindset, you guys, the thing is, what people tend to do is they either get discouraged because they lose faith that they're not seeing progress, because they might hit a plateau, they might hit a brick wall, a detour, and it may feel like that they have to start again. And then there's the other people that don't know how to manage their stress. So how this ties in is, when it comes to those moments, those bring points of where you really want to give up, that's where you got to really say to yourself, like, am I in it for the short term or the long term results? Because, you know, in this day and age, we all love quick fixes, we all love instant gratification, we love that external validation of, you know, to help us make you feel worthy. But you got to realize that you're already worthy enough, and the come as long as you are patient, with, you know, your vision, because these things take time. You know, artworks, beautiful artworks, which is what you are a beautiful artwork, okay, it's gonna take time to get to that, you know, that the end result, the masterpiece. So for me, okay, when I get a little bit impatient of my own goals, I got to remind myself, like, you know, through meditation, through being still, through, you know, my journaling, my goals, is that these things, just like, for example, a Lamborghini or a Bentley or any of those luxury cars, those things are not built overnight, you guys. Some of them take months, some of them can take a couple of years, you know, and the end result is always so much more rewarding, because, you know, you took the time to put in the work into the details, okay, and eventually when you see the final picture, you become so much more grateful, as opposed to creating something that's a bit more disposable, like, for example, a Toyota. Nothing wrong with Toyotas. I think Toyotas are fucking awesome, because, you know, they're easy to fix, but the easier it is to fix, the less sustainable it is. That doesn't make sense. No, what I'm saying is, guys, is that you got to be patient. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be patient for the end results, and building that mindset is a daily practice. You know, things like fasting, things like meditation, things like going for that walk every single day, reading that book every single day. Do things that, just saw one of my old cars, my first car's Toyota Corolla, such a throwback. Do things, okay, that help you build discipline, okay? So whether that be sharing something, whether that be creating something, whether that be working on a project externally, okay? Build that discipline through consistency, and that's how you're going to achieve the results. Even when you think they're not going to come, you got to remember, these things, the most successful people, okay, didn't become successful overnight. These people put in the work day in, day out, knowing that they believed in themselves, that what they see was going to come to life, because they were patient enough to see it. Most people are not successful today because they just decide to let go, because they lose faith in themselves, you know? And that's the key. You got to have confidence in who you are, in what you are going to achieve, okay, and not let the external world affect that for you, because we are constantly cluttered. We are constantly bombarded with so many different influences, right? In our environments, in our work, home, okay, in the matrix, in our communities. There's always something that's going to influence you, but you got to be strong enough to say no, okay, to say no to things that you know are not going to help serve you, okay? like the junk food, like the drugs, the alcohol. I don't believe everything in moderation, because that's just, for me, that is just an excuse for people to get away with certain behaviors, knowing that they can level up by letting it go. Right? So that's it for mindset. We're going to get into nutrition now. We're going to get a little bit deeper into why you're not seeing results and how you can improve your weight loss goals. Okay, so we're going to bring out the whiteboard and I'm going to explain to you why, like how you can improve it, okay? Through monitoring your calories, not in the way that you would be analytical about it, but just so you have an understanding why you may be plateauing or why you may be hitting like a brick wall and not seeing results, okay? So let's get into the whiteboard and talk about how we can improve weight loss goals through nutrition, okay? Let's go. All right, you guys, we've got the whiteboard. I'm gonna try to simplify this as much as I possibly can, okay? And also, I'd like to, I'd like to note that I'd like you to understand that under eating, okay, can have detrimental effects to your mental state in the long term, but short term, it is a great tool, okay, to cut fat loss and weight loss, but maintaining that, okay, requires you to understand the concepts of energy and calories and things of that nature. So I've got 3 types of people here, okay, with different eating habits, okay, based on calories. Okay, what are calories? Calories are the unit of measure to burn food, okay? For example, you've got different macronutrients as well, which have different calories. So, carbs, you've got protein, you've got fats, and then you've got alcohol as well, which a lot of people tend to forget and ignore. But we've got protein at 4 calories per gram, and we've got carbs the same as well, okay? Fats, very high in calories, okay? This is why we want to try and minimize that as well, because not many people understand just how much energy you get from that. And when you're not using that sort of energy, what happens? You start storing the excess as fat, okay? And then we've got alcohol at 7. So very simple version, okay? You've got calories, okay, which is the volume of energy you get from, like, for example, let's say a banana has 150 calories. It might have 30 grams of carbs, okay, and then little protein, little fat. It's got some fiber as well, and then of course 0 alcohol. So when it comes to nutrition, guys, okay, and weight loss, okay, fat loss, okay, if you are on that journey and you really want to cut out a lot of weight, okay, or you want to just lose a bit of body fat, okay, you want to be in a caloric deficit. So for example, okay, your type of body, whether you be endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph, okay, these are 3 different body types. But let's say, for example, you're ectomorph, all right, and your body type burns calories very quickly. You've got a fast metabolism, all right. Whatever you eat just comes right out fucking 2 hours later, all right. And your maintenance, okay, so 2,500 to maintain your physique, your kind of body type, you need 2,500 calories. Otherwise, if you go anything under that, okay, if you get 2,300, you're gonna lose body fat as well as muscle mass. So the other thing as well, guys, is when it comes to weight loss, you're gonna lose some muscle mass. Like, simple, like, fat loss is a bit more specific. Of course, you want to target more of the fat, but that requires very, very minimal, I guess, very very slow, like recomposition of like your food and your weight. It gets way too detailed and it's more for like athletes. So let's forget that. When it comes to weight loss, you guys, so if you need 2,500 calories to maintain your physique and you have 2,300, you're going to lose weight, especially if you do that over time and you're going to wonder where all your gains went. You're just burning a lot. Now, if you are having 2,700 calories every single day, what's going to happen? You're going to start stacking on the mass, right? Because whatever you're not using gets stored away. Now, the way that I like to see it, let's look at food as money, for example, right? Both are energy. Now, what happens when you start saving, right? You start let's say you have two accounts, all right? And in your main account, you're putting money in, and you're not using it, right? You're not using that money. What happens? It starts to build up, right? And if you're not spending as well, starts to build up. That is the same way, guys, when it comes to calories, okay? So, for example, right, we've got person one who needs 1,800 calories, okay? He needs 1,800, or let's just say, for example, this is a lifestyle. They need 1,800 calories to maintain. That's just what they need. And every day they have 1,800 calories until Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? They have an extra 200 calories. They're under 2,000. What's gonna happen, right? You might think, oh, it's just a few hundred calories, but when you add those up, it's 600, right? What happens when you multiply that by 52? Okay, 52 times 60, all right, whatever the maths is, over the whole year, guys, you're getting, let's say 50, for example, 12,000 calories in excess for the year. That's a lot of mass, that's a lot of body weight, that's a lot of stored energy. And if you're not using it, if you're not burning that off, guys, if you're just maintaining that, you're gonna stack on the weight. That's why a lot of people today, they go hard and good all week, and then on the weekend they go through this endless cycle of maintain, they have a good diet, whatever it is, and then they have a little bit of alcohol, they have the cheap meals, so and so, and then boom, they have to add another 600 to what it is they really need to maintain. So that's going to change to 2,400, okay? And then what's going to happen? They're on an aggressive deficit, and then they add another 600 as well, and then it just keeps adding on and on. Then we've got another person who's at 2,000 to maintain, right? One day it's high, 2,100, low, up high, low, up high, maintain, yada yada. But this person, okay, at the end of the week is still getting 2,000 calories in. The beauty of this is that as long as they're hitting the 2,000, they can have a little bit more on each day. They can have eat a little less, a little bit more, a little bit less, right? So by the end of the week, they're not in a surplus or in a deficit, and therefore they're not gaining or losing. Now, then you've got the person who's just maintaining all week. All right, 2,200. I should have put 2,000. That's right. 2,000 all week, right? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to maintain. They're not going to change. So if you're going to add a little bit more in each day, 2,200 here, 2,200 there, 2,200 there, they're going to stack on. But if they want to lose a little bit, you just do the opposite. You do 1,800 here, 1,800 there, 18. I hope that's making sense. But ultimately, guys, when it comes to calories, if you want to lose weight, just eat a little bit less, but still have a good, healthy diet. The key here is, guys, to have a variety of plant foods. Now, a plant-based diet is 1,000% going to help you lose weight, all right? But when you are, for example, binging, or if you are ignoring, the fact that some foods are much more high in calories, right? Are way more high in calories. You can be eating well all week, and then in the weekend, you could have a small meal that's high in volume. That's a small meal, and you might think, oh, it's just one meal, right? But when you do the math, it's like 2,500 calories. Then you're gonna make it harder for yourself on your weight loss journey. So ideally, guys, you just wanna, my suggestion would be to learn how to calculate your macros, for a couple of weeks, so you have an understanding of how much energy goes into different foods. So that way, for example, right, you go clean, you maintain your calories for the week, right? Or you're in a deficit for the week, right? And on the weekend, you can still enjoy the foods that you love here and there, right? But without going over, right? So that by the end of the week, you are spending that energy, you are spending that money, right? Otherwise, if you don't, you gotta store it away and things are just gonna keep building up and up and up and up. And then you're just gonna make that a lot more difficult. I hope that makes sense. This is fairly new way to describe, not fairly new way, but this could be a little bit overwhelming for such. If you don't like counting calories, if this is too much work for you, which I understand, it can get pretty heavy doing. If you don't like math as well, you can always use an app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer, okay? But really trying to understand, what your body type is. Know your body type. Know if you're an ectomorph, an endomorph, or a mesomorph, and understand your metabolism. Okay. Otherwise, we can go through a consultation. Make a booking. Okay, on the website at danieljohnallen.com. And if you have any questions, we'll talk about it. And if you need guidance, okay, I do offer coaching services as well for 12 months or month to month as well. So that's an option for you there. Otherwise, go check out the fat loss guide. Okay, so the fat loss guide, I've got a free fat loss guide on the website, and an intermittent fasting, guys. Intermittent fasting is another very interesting way. For me, I've noticed I've been able to eat more, okay, and still not put on excess weight. Merely because you're eating in a certain window. For example, if you're fasting for 20 hours a day, right? You're not eating all day. You might have a juice or a piece of fruit here and there, right? And then you have one big meal. You're not going to feel like eating anymore, right? You're eating to live practically, and that way you're not. You've how do you say it? You feel appetized, right? By the end of it, and you're not feeling like you're going to go eat some more. So, but for those who are working hard during the days, okay, eating a big meal at the end of the day is so much more satisfying, because if you're stressed throughout the day, fasting really does help, because you're not constantly thinking about food. You cut that out, you're not stressing, what am I going to eat here, what am I going to eat there? But with a proper plan, you can, planning your food meal, your meals ahead, that will definitely help with avoiding takeaway foods, avoiding processed foods, the junk, the GMO, conventional stuff, all that garbage. When you plan ahead, learn how to plan your meals ahead, okay? And try not to follow the crowd, okay? If there's something that your friends might want to suggest, get them to be open about, look, don't really want to do that, not because you're on a diet, but because you're trying to eat better, okay? You're trying to evolve, right? So with nutrition, guys, let's recap this whole thing. So training, all right? So when it comes to training, you want to lift weights as often as you can, 3 to 6 days a week. At least get the major body parts at least twice a week, okay? Legs, at least get legs twice a week in. Your back, pull twice a week. Push, chest and shoulders and tries twice a week, and you're set, okay? Otherwise, if weights is not for you, okay, do something that you love, enjoy, dance, skateboarding, snowboarding, hiking, whatever it is. Try to get in most days and move the body as often as you can. When it comes to calories, for example, even if you do 2,500 calories and you don't want to cut out diet, all you got to do is burn 2,600 calories and you're in a deficit, right? So by the end of the week, you are on minus 700 calories, and you maintain that for a long time, you're going to start to see the results. But so that's for training. Now when it comes to mindset, exercise and discipline, like I said, do something that's non-negotiable every single day, like reading, creating, okay? Meditation, okay? Fasting's another good one, okay? exercising, even if it's just a brisk walk every single day. I like to get my bike out first thing, non-negotiable, either a bike ride or I take Zach, my dog, for a walk. So that way I start the day in a really good mood. All right, so when you do that, when you start the day in a good mood, okay, through exercise, you feel great, and you're gonna incorporate more. You're gonna make better decisions throughout the day. So for me, at least one thing non-negotiable that increases your discipline. Okay, it could be creating, it could be journaling, it could be taking your dog for a walk. Okay, taking yourself for a walk. Okay, do something. You got to commit to yourself. All right, and then eventually becomes a lifestyle. Then when it comes to nutrition, you don't have to take this too seriously. All right, just eat, okay, enough to fuel you. You don't have to eat 3 to 5 times a day, guys, okay, to see results. Okay, when it comes to protein, okay, get at least 1 gram, okay, per body weight, okay, in kilograms. Studies have shown at least 1 gram, okay, for women, and 1.1 to 1.5, okay, for men. Have shown amazing results when it comes to muscle gain and weight loss. Okay, so get at least that much protein. Plants have so many proteins. Okay, you can check out the Vegan Nutrition Guide for more info on where to get your plant-based protein sources. Okay, and don't overdo it with the fats, because as you know, high in calories. Okay, things like oil, right? Things like fast food. Okay, without even realizing these things are packed with calories. Even though at the surface you might think it's a small volume, but man, be sure to get lots of fiber. Okay, when it comes to carbs, make sure you get carbs, because they are your main source of fuel for energy. Okay, it keeps you nourished. Okay, it replenishes any of the lost energy that you've used during, for example, weight training or whatever you do during the day. Okay, when there's no more carbs, okay, your body goes straight to protein. When there's no more protein left in the body, what happens? The body uses your muscles, okay, which has proteins as a source of energy, and of course, if there's no fats left. So that's my problem with low fat diets, right? Keto diets. I'm not going to argue about what's the best diet, but for me anyway, whole food plant-based diet has helped me, keep the gains strong and still stay energized. It's really late at night and I'm still buzzing. I've had a full day training, walking, training, bike ride, what have you, making videos, creating, working. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to weight loss, you guys. Okay, try and minimize the cortisol by focusing more on the positive side of life, because excess cortisol is cool. Cortisol's okay, all right, as long as you are doing something with that, okay, using that stress. But if you're not, if that builds up, what happens? You start releasing too many of those hormones, and you start to have an excess of fat in the body, because you are not using that cortisol, and you're starting to shoot the body with so much insulin that it's not going anywhere, and it's not moving, shelling any energy, and yeah, you start to gain weight, especially if you're not using that energy, if you're not moving. So ultimately keys guys is to move more, eat less, but eat right. Don't focus on deficits, because when you get obsessed with numbers, you start to fuck with your head. And I remember having a client who got too crazy with the counting the macros, the calories, and she ended up bringing scales to restaurants and stuff. So you want to enjoy your life, you want to eat, simplest way, okay, is 80% of your food is clean, nutritious, not clean, it's just nutritious, a lot of enzymes, antioxidant, and then 20%, guys, be flexible, okay? Have that treat here and there, but don't be so harsh on yourself when you do have it, because you just stress yourself out, and then you go through this yo-yo dieting effect of like, oh, I ate too much, and then I try diet again, and then I fail. You fail, that's okay. We start again, and we go through the movement, okay? These things take time, okay? You don't get to your best by immediately being there. You gotta progress, okay? Slow progress and progress, don't stress, okay? I hope this video was helpful in some way or form. Let us know if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you stay well, stay blessed, okay? Stay woke, blessed, and alkalized. Peace out. Much love. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.